Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a cold Thursday afternoon video, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, and subscribe right now to my channels, all down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as the description box below, otherwise known as my pants. So subscribe to them now. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, oh well, you're SOL. You know what that means. You don't know what it means. For God's sake, look it up. But if not, then some more. And that's pretty much it. And if you're new here, thank you for watching. Excuse me. Thank you for watching. My voice is going. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now and grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. I don't have one at the moment, but I will later. But because I have to run out to the doctor, so that's that. So no drinking for today. So with that, we have that. And I don't drink alcohol. Occasionally, I will, but I don't drink it 24/7, 365, or, smoke the ganja 24/7, 365, like other people I know, but that's another story for another time. And you want to make assumptions that you can't prove? Go ahead. Not gonna bring me down, because I care less. Because I'm standing alone above you all the time. Just remember that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly before I have to head out to the doctor, it is time, right here on the Killer Demons channel, on this Thursday afternoon, November the 20th, 2025, 1 week away from Turkey Day. That's Thanksgiving for you dumb people at home. So, holiday season's about to hit. Can't wait for that. And right around the corner is Santa Claus and the end of the year. That's that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, as the title below says, it is time for your late, getting close to out of date, really out of date, Monday Night Raw review, or really, Monday Night Raw thoughts, you understand? Thoughts off the top of the dome. For November the 17th, 2025, and we are emanating from the Mecca of all sports arenas, the greatest one in the world, Madison Square Garden in my hometown of New York City. The shithole that it is. But it is what it is. Yeah, because, we got a communist basically as our mayor. Whatever. He'll be gone pretty soon. If not too soon, if you know what I mean. Because, he lied about his immigration status, or his, citizen status, I'm hearing. Naughty boy! So, he's supposed to have a thing with Trump tomorrow. Ho ho ho! I would love to be a fly on the wall in that Oval Office. Hope Trump really, tells him how bad he is. He's not a fucking politician. The guy doesn't know anything about how to run a fucking city or state. The only thing he can do is run his local Quickie Mart, Fucking guy, get out of here and take all your douchebag friends with you. It is what it is. That's that. Still think Siwa should have won. But I digress. Alright, Monday Night Raw from Madison Square Garden, the Mecca. Joe Tessitore and my good buddy, Bad News Reed Bennett. Now I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. And we got that. Alright, this was John Cena's final Raw at the Garden, final Raw ever, basically, and he went out, didn't go out with a Gilmore Carter-like bang, per se, but, he went out the way he went out. We also had AJ Lee, that ass, on the show, and we had Lee so good it brings back Beastie, the Beast, Brock Lesnar on the show, and a special treat for all you good people out there. Well, kitties too, if you like Roman too, but, it is what it is. But yeah, Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, put up your ones. Ladies and gentlemen, acknowledge the man that's better than you, and you know it. And that's that. Alright, so we had a lot to talk, big show. Big, huge show at the Garden. I was not there, obviously. I wish I was, but... One, it was sold out way ahead of time. Two, there's no tickets on StubHub. So, even if I could get something in the top, God's country, at the top of the fucking Garden, there was no way. So... But it is what it is. But I got something coming up for Christmas! I'll talk about that later. But, not now. But can't wait. Like last year, when I went to AEW Ring of Honor Final Battle, the Final Rampage, and the special end of the year show for AEW at the Hammerstein, let's just say I'm going again. That's all I'm gonna say. So that's that. And I proved it too. So, it is what it is. Alright, so we started off Raw with John Cena to a humongous pop from the Garden crowd. He says, wow, everybody, you should be thanking me. I should be thanking you, the fans. It's a special feeling. This is the city that can make or break careers. Right, New York Knicks fans? Well, Yankee fans, Met fans, Ranger fans, even you Icelander fans. Every team in New York loves to break your heart. Yeah, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan and a Jet fan, so I know heartbreak too, so. Anyway. So he's like, this is the last time we can be together, and then Dominic Galeno, the Triple A Mega Champion, he comes out, fans are not pleased. They start chanting, who's your daddy, during his match, which I'll talk about in a minute. We all know who his daddy is, Eddie. That's my son! Okay, Eddie, not now, we'll talk later, okay? Oh yeah, I gotta go anyway, I gotta go to lunch with China. You have a great time. Okay, bye. Anyway. See, I'm not drinking, it's satire. Anyway. So the fans are not pleased. Talks about Cena was handed a title shot last week, which he won the Intercontinental title. He wants his rematch at Survivor Series in his hometown of San Diego, California. Cena's like, alright, fine, you get your rematch. And then, the fans are saying, shut the fuck up, the Dom, and Cena's like, Choco Fun Cup? What? Is that made by Jell-O? I don't know. Jell-O Pudding Pops! So he obviously get that. So Cena gives him the match at Survivor Series, but for now, I need to have one more match, even though he has 2 matches after that. So he challenges Dom right here, right now, and then Fiend Balor and JD McDumpfuck come out to kind of have like 3-on-1. They have a 3-on-1 handicap. Well, not handicap. The numbers game 3-on-1, and then Cena's like, well, he's all ready to fight the 3 of them, and then Sheamus, fella, and Rey Mysterio, booyaka, that pendejo, that deadbeat dad. They come out, clear the ring, and guess what? Right after that, we get a 6-man tag team match, player. And if you don't like that, you're gonna go 1-on-1 with The Undertaker. Pretty much, Teddy Long. Hall of Famer. We got that. Alright, so then we go to the match, which lasted 11.5 minutes. Nice little moment where Sheamus, Ray, and Cena had the entire Judgment Day on the ropes, did the 10 bells of the Bodrum, or whatever that thing, stuff. That was funny. And then Finn hits Cena with a sling blade. Hits Sheamus and Cena with sling blade. Hits a moonsault into a coup de grace. Ray and Sheamus had to make the save on Cena, setting up the 10 bells of the Bodrum. Then they triple shuffle the pinnacle shuffle. You can't see me. they hit that. It was so funny that Sheamus switched places with Cena so Cena could be in the middle. Really? Oh, I have to get my on-air time on the hard camera. Anyway, so they hit that, and then AA to JD McDumbfuck, it should have been Dom, but at least JD McDumbfuck took the pin. And that's it. Cena gets his most final Raw win of his career. Obviously, he went out the way he wanted to go out. That's it. So Cena, Sheamus, and Rey get the win over the Judgment Day. And just, pretty much we're seeing the end of the Dom Mysterio Judgment Day era. Because Dom's gonna get kicked out, or he's just gonna leave with, hopefully, Liv Morgan, who was backstage, but we never saw her. I mean, she was in New York to film the WrestleMania commercial for the women with Jade Cargill, Io, Charlotte Flair, and Stephanie Foucault. In not downtown Manhattan. I know where they filmed it, but I wasn't obviously gonna go there, but whatever. Blah, 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 blah. We get that. Then we see Drew McIntyre joining the Vision's War Games team on SmackDown. That leads to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis complaining about that. Paul Heyman comes in, says everything I did was within the rules and regulations, right down the middle of that, like Bill Alfonso would say. And he's like, if you think you're mad over my 4th pick, get ready for my 5th pick. And, They look at the contract and see who signed it, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, yeah. What's up? Certain Beast is on the team now. We get that. Alright, during the break, we saw Judgment Day get into a fight with, Cam Scatterboo and a whole bunch of people. We saw that. I talked about that, on my various videos. I think Cam Scatterboo should have not even been there because he has a messed up leg and he's getting physical now. Alright, we got that. Alright, then we see Nikki Smelly Bella turning on Stephanie Foucault last week. Stephanie comes in for a chat, but Nikki jumps her on the stage. And then Nikki says, I didn't come back to sit on the sidelines and cheer for you. I came to take the division back and your title. So, I think we get that at Survivor Series. Not that I really want to see it. I hope Stephanie wins. Sends Nikki back to the wherever she came from. That's pretty much it. Alright, then we got Bayley! Give me a hug! And the lassie from Ireland, the lassie bitch from Ireland, the bird girl, Lyra Valkyria, they're in the back, and then my two hot Asian wives, Asuka and Kylie! They come in, they want Bayley to be on their War Games team. She starts laughing at them, and he goes, no. And then Lyra's kind of proud of Bayley, who asks if Tyler's number 5. The plot thickens. We don't know. We got that. Alright, then we get to the John Cena tournament. Solo Ibuki taking on the Mystery Man, and that's Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth. He comes out, pretty decent pop from the crowd. That man loves the park cars, and he parked that car perfectly. You know which one. And that's that. Pretty decent match. Ziggler got sent into the ring post. Ow! The way he hit that. Ugh. Not only does he park cars well, he sells like crazy. Oof. Hit the zigzag, or goes for the zigzag, gets countered into a spinning Solar for a near fall. Solar goes for the Samoan spike. That missed, so Dolph finally hits the zigzag for a very near fall. Get back up. Dolph tries a zigzag again, gets blocked into a massive Samoan spike, and damn, Dolph took that. Oof. Holy crap. And Solo gets the win to advance in under 9 minutes. That's it. At least Dolph came back under his Dolph Ziggler gimmick. Matt Cardona came back under Zack Ryder. Could have been worse. Could have been Too Sour and Hornswoggle or some shit like that. We got that. Alright, we got a video for your boys, Bouncy Javon Evans. Well, he's got a date. Oh, well, he's got a funeral date with Walter coming up. Talk about that in a little bit. Alright, Miss Bliss comes out. Alexa Bliss talks about the whole thing with Charlotte. Trying to get in touch with her. Pretty much got ghosted. And she's like, after everything we've been through, you're not willing to talk to me? I thought we were friends, you're besties, former tag team champions, blah, blah, blah. So, it's like, I know who you are inside, but now you have to prove me wrong. That's not what a best friend should do. But then Asuka, Kylie, Nia, woo, Jax, and Legend, kick, done. They come out. Asuka's like, baka, 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 to Lexi. That was funny. They don't make, they make fun of Lex's sparkly pants. And then they get in, they tease a beatdown, and then Mommy Rhea Ripley and my third amazingly hot Asian wife, Rio, they come in to even it up, and then Charlotte Flair comes out with a kendo stick, starts whipping everybody. So it seems like everything's cool on Team Rio. So now Charlotte's back in the team. Or is she? I don't know. If you look at the graphics, she's not there. So is she or isn't she? I don't know. Make up your mind. I think she will be. And then probably on SmackDown tomorrow night, we'll get AJ Lee and possibly Becky Lynch, who we get to right now, defending the Women's Intercontinental title against Maxine Dupree. Pretty good match. Becky thinks she's great. She's not. And then she gets into an argument with Jessica Carr. Basically the last two matches, this is I think the third match, Becky and Jessica Carr have been kind of arguing back and forth. And Jessica Carr, by the way, is a wrestler now. I forgot what her name is. I think she's in Evolve or I don't know. But she is wrestling, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have Jessica Carr under her wrestler name go against Becky and beat the shit out of her. I would like that, but we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, she starts pushing Jessica Carr. Jessica Carr's like, you ain't gonna do that! And then, that sends Maxine outside, so Becky tries to unhook the turnbuckle pad. But then, that ass! AJ Lee comes back and goes, hi, Becky! And then that led to Maxine hitting a high cross body. 1, 2, 3, referee! New Women's Intercontinental Champion and Maxine Dupree. Well, they gave her the old-fashioned, the Ricky Steamboat finish. Well, she gave it a finisher, basically, but not the way Ricky beat Randy at WrestleMania 3. I kicked out! I kicked out! No, you didn't, Randy. Good match, though. But, yeah. Anyway, so we got that. So, Maxine Dupree, the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Am I happy? Not really. Do I care? No. Look at that. Alright, then we get to Walter taking on your boys, Bouncy Javon Evans. And I gotta give it to Javon. He stayed in the match, even after getting a hellacious beating by Walter. But in the end, Walter hits the powerbomb for a near fall. I don't know how Javon kicked out of that. Then a sleeper puts Javon to sleep in over 15 minutes. So Walter advances. We still don't have a bracket, by the way. So who knows what's happening after Survivor Series? Like, who faces who next? I don't know. Good job, Hunter. Trying to emulate Tony Khan without brackets, you fucker. I don't need no brackets. Yeah, sure you do. Anyway, moving on with that. Alright, so Walter gets the win. And Javon, he survived, but barely. Well, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, we go to back. Maxine Dupree is with AJ Lee. AJ's proud of Maxine for the win. And, AJ's happy with someone standing up to a bully like Becky. And then Alpha Academy, Otis, and Tozawa to come in. They celebrate with her. They leave. And then, AJ's like, can I wait for me? And then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes in and says, hey, you got time to talk there, AJ? Yeah, sure I do. Foreshadowing? For the 5th woman on Team Rhea? Probably. We get that. Alright, then we get what's coming up on Monday Night Raw in Oklahoma. That's the final live Raw for this month, because everything else is taped. NXT is going to be taped next Tuesday. The only other live show is Dynamite on Wednesday, because they're going to be taping Dynamite and Collision. Collision will be taped for Thanksgiving. SmackDown will be taped. And then we got the Survivor Series. That's it. So tomorrow night is your final night of watching live SmackDown until after Survivor Series, the week after. December the 5th, I believe. Yes, December the 5th. We got that. Alright, after that, we get Paul Heyman and a War Games team of Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Drew McIntyre. They all come out. Heyman says, "I've been the leader of led the teams to the ring for War Games, the Bloodline, stuff like that." And then CM Punk and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Cody, MDK, they Cody, you bitch. They all come out, 4-on-4 brawl, and then Punk and Logan Paul slug out in the ring. Punk takes over, and then Brock Lesnar, he comes out, and Punk's like, "Oh shit." So Beastie comes out, starts whipping the shit out of everybody, and then everybody's chanting for the OTC. Roman Reigns comes out looking amazing. Put up your ones, ladies and gentlemen. Roman comes out. Him and Brock have a big stare down. Madison Square Garden was about to explode. And Roman gets in the ring. They stare some more. And then they're about to fight. They start fighting. Roman goes off the ropes, hits a Superman punch to Brock, sending him clear out of the ring. Damn. And then Bronson Reed jumps Roman from behind, goes for a tsunami, that gets broken up. And then the NYPD come out, break it up, even though Roman speared Bronson Reed and 2 cops through the barricade and the show. And we see, I think Cody was beating up some cops, Punk was, whipping the cops with the kendo stick, and there is chaos. And that's it. That closed out the show. So it's Team Roman versus Team Brock in War Games, and it's gonna be crazy as shit, as the great man Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy, would say. That's it. So, we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. With Team Roman and Team Brock. Roman and Brock will be on Raw this coming Monday, so that should be exciting. And that's gonna be it. And then on SmackDown next week, we got that 5-on-5 match with the MFTs and I would say the Wyatts, but we have that. So it's Sammy, Shinsuke, the Motor City Machine Guns. I forgot who the 5th guy is. On Rey Fenix taking on the MFTs in the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match. I think the MFTs will probably win that. Who knows? Who cares? And then we got that, and then whatever else comes your way from the tapings for next Friday night. And then we got the Survivor Series next Saturday night at, I believe, 7 p.m. So that's probably going to go to at least 10 or 11. We'll see. But it should be a great show from San Diego at Petco Park, where the Padres play. So we'll see what happens with that. Hey, there's a rumor that Fernando Tatis is coming to the Mets. Soto and Tatis and possibly Alonso if they get him back. I'm interested. Sign me up for that, but I doubt it. But I doubt that's even going to happen. But whatever. Because Edwin Diaz declined the preliminary offer, so David Stearns needs to send him more money. Same thing with Alonso. I don't know how much the offer was. I think it was 5 years, $100 million. I mean, $100 million. You're gonna give him $20 million a year? You ain't gonna take that. Give him 5 years, $200 million. Then we'll talk. That's what I would do. But that's not. But I'm just a guy from New York, so I don't run the the Mets. I wish I did, but it is what it is. All right, guys. I am out of here. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.